Hi everyone, this is going to be the simplest explain EDU video that I can make to just get you started in using the app. I'm going to choose the app on my iPad and I am going to hit a new project. I'm just going to use a blank canvas. So Explain EDU allows you to record as you are using a whiteboard. The very first thing I will do is change the name of the whiteboard with my Apple Pencil. I'm just going to scratch it out and I'm going to I'll just call it project. I can write it with my pencil and it should recognize the text. If it does not recognize the text, there is a button down on the bottom that will bring up the small keypad. All right, now that the project is named, I'm going to use an example of bringing in a screenshot that I've done. I'm going to hit the plus sign up here. There's different things that we can do. I'm going to hit File. It can go to different cloud services, but I'm just going to go to Photos where I have my screenshot. Here's my screenshot, and I'm going to hit Import. Once I have this in, I can crop this picture if I want. So I'm going to crop it, and I'm just going to drag the square around the questions I want. So let's just say I want these two questions and say apply and done, and it's going to bring it onto my page. And I'm just using my fingers to turn it around to get it in the right spot. There are lots of different options in the toolbar on the left hand side. Many of these things will be covered in another video. Now I'm going to hit the pencil and make sure I have the color that I want. I'm going to choose that and I'm ready to go. Again, erase that little dot that I just made. I'm going to now go down and hit the record button. And it's going to record all of the writing and all my voice at the same time. So I am now recording. You can see that the little microphone on the bottom is going up and down, so my voice really is being recorded. I can start, back to pencil as I'm going. See, I get to the second example and I start to write and I do this. And I've made a mistake. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to stop the recording. I'm just going to go to erase and I'm going to erase what I did wrong and go back to my pen and continue on with the question and finish the answer. So now that I'm done and I want to stop the recording, I can do that at the bottom. I can press stop. You can see this bar pops up, and if you don't see this bar, if you hit the time on the bottom, that makes it go away and come back. I'm just taking my finger and sliding this along, and you can see that every time, you can see as I'm sliding it backwards, it's actually taking away the type. And I can see exactly where I did everything. So let's say I wanted to erase that part where I did it wrong. So I'm going to find exactly where I did the wrong thing. I don't know what that's where I erased it. So here is where I put a subtract 5 on this side. So what I'm going to do is back up, and I could, of course, press the play to listen to myself. Now, you will not be able to hear me because I have my headset on. So I'm just going to put it back, and I'm going to leave the playhead where I know I need it. I'm going to hit the square button, and I'm going to drag the video clip as far as I can, and I'm going to press this button beside the second garbage can. It looks like it's going to push it together. That's a splicer. Now I don't have it all ready, but I'm going to do more of it now. Hit the blue button again and drag right to there, so I can just starting to put the plus there instead. So get it in the right spot and splice it again. So now it looks like my recording just looks like I'm doing it right and the wrong part has been edited out. If at the end you don't want the end of your video or you went too long with your recording, the second garbage can will allow you to delete from there to the end of your video. All right, if we could press play, listen to the whole thing, fix anything that we want. And yes, there are lots of other options at along the toolbar, but again, we'll do that in another video. So I'm now going to export it. If I hit the circle at the top right-hand side, it's the share circle. I want to export it as a video. So I'm going to hit video, and it gives you options. Now, although Google Classroom is there, it will not export directly to Google Classroom. The reason is that Explain EDU is only saved locally on the iPad itself, and it ends up wanting to be called a private file, so it will not go directly to your classroom, but what it will do is go to your Google Drive instead. So you can put it in your Google Drive. Of course, I've already been into my Google Drive. The first time you do it, it will ask you to sign into your Google Drive with your GNASPES account. So on the bottom here, it says select user. I have a few accounts on this, so I'm going to choose my GNASPES. Then I can go to my drive. If I don't have a folder and I just want to save here, I just press the save here at the bottom. But of course, you could pick any one of your folders, and if you had an Explain EDU folder ready, that would probably be best. But if you don't, you can actually make it with that top little icon with the little plus sign on it. I'm just going to say save here. So now that it's here, it's in my Google Drive, I can say, press the projects button on the left-hand side and say save and close. It will ask me, do I always want it to automatically save and close, or to continue asking? I'm just going to say yes, always save and close, and then we're back. So again, the projects will be saved locally on the device, but it would be preferable for you to keep them in your Google Drive so that they're safer there. Hopefully this is enough information to get you started using Explain EDU.